This is a story of ancient Egypt, a story of how the wives of dead kings were treated on their passage to the afterlife. Ancient Egypt worshipped its queens as living goddesses, but in the hidden chambers beneath the pyramids, worship could become something far more terrible. Moonlight spills over the palace of Thebes. Queen Neferra, elegant and tired, walks through a candlelit corridor. Her servant, Hetepebes, rushes after her.
My queen, please, do not go to the tomb.
The priests summoned me. They say the king's spirit cannot cross into the next world without my blessing.
They said the same thing to Queen Seshat.
Seshat died of fever and not what you're insinuating, girl. No, my queen. She screamed for 3 nights beneath the temple. Speak carefully, girl. The walls have ears.
A deep voice echoes from ahead. It's the high priest. The high priest emerges from the shadows with some guards.
And the gods have patience until they do not. Come, Queen Neferra, your husband awaits.
My husband has been dead for 7 days.
Then he has waited long enough.
They descend the stone stairs. Hieroglyphs seem to twist in the torchlight. The walls depict queens with their mouths sewn shut.
What is this place?
A truth hidden from the people. Pharaohs are remembered by monuments. Queens are remembered by sacrifice.
You bury queens alive.
Not all queens, only those whose husbands fear being alone in death.
No! You cannot do this. She is the daughter of Ra. My queen deserves much better than this fate.
Exactly! Her blood will light the king's path through the underworld.
They reach a burial chamber. A golden sarcophagus rests in the center. Beside it is another, smaller one, open and waiting. Neferra looks into the king's sarcophagus. Her dead husband's eyes suddenly opens, and she heard his voice call faintly unto her. Come, Neferra. With surprise and disbelief still in Neferra's eyes, the guards grabbed her and began forcing her toward the smaller sarcophagus, when they planned to put her to her final resting place. Amid the chaos, Hetepebes grabs a ceremonial blade from the altar and attacks one of the guards and screams, "My queen, run!" More chaos erupts. Neferra pushes the high priest away and runs into a narrow tunnel.
Seal the chamber! The queen must not see the sun again!
The stone doors grind shut. Neferra and Hetepebes were trapped in darkness. Hetepebes cries out there must be another way out. Neferra places her hand on a wall. It shifts, revealing a hidden room filled with dozens of female mummies, each wearing a royal crown. They could clearly see they were past queens. Queen Neferra said out loud, "They were all queens." Then a whisper rises from the mummies, "We were all betrayed and buried alive." One mummy's eyes open. It is Queen Seshat. Seshat said, "Take my crown." The crown floats from Seshat's head and lands in Neferra's hands. The chamber shakes. Seshat, a queen is not a sacrifice. A queen is a storm. Neferra places the crown on her head. Sand bursts through cracks in the ceiling, swirling around her like a living serpent. Looking in disbelief, the high priest screamed outside, "Outside! Open the door! Open it!" But it was too late. The stone door explodes outward. The high priest could only stare in horror as Neferra emerges, surrounded by images of ghostly queens.
You told the people queens belonged to the dead. But tonight, the dead has risen to take what you have stolen, and you would remain here in this tomb as a reminder to all that a queen is not to be tampered with.
A sandstorm engulfed the high priest as all the lights in the temple were snuffed out. The high priest became stuck and screamed out, begging for mercy, just before the tomb went silent. Queen Neferra ruled for 40 more years with strength and with peace. The priests honored past queens and built no more tombs for living queens. But if you walk through the tomb of the queens at night, and you listen closely, whispers rise from the walls. A queen is not a sacrifice.